His is one of the most famous stories with roots in African folklore, and it's often shared in various versions across different African cultures. It's also a very popular tale on YouTube and has a lot of moral lessons, especially around persistence, humility, and cleverness. Once upon a time, in a peaceful village nestled between the great forest and the river, there lived a very proud hare. He was swift, tall, and every creature in the village admired his speed. Whether it was running across the fields or racing through the forest, Hare was always the first to finish. One day, Hare, feeling especially boastful, decided to challenge the animals of the village to a race. "Who among you can outrun me?" he called out, looking around with a small grin. The animals gathered, and many of them, knowing they could not match his speed, remained silent. But from the back of the crowd, a soft voice spoke, "I will race you, Hare." It was Tortoise, slow, steady, and often ignored by the other animals. The crowd laughed, but Tortoise did not mind. He knew something that the others didn't: sometimes speed was not enough. Hare, chuckling at the challenge, agreed to the race, confident that no one could beat him. The animals set a starting line at the edge of the river and decided that whoever reached the great baobab tree on the hill would be the winner. The race began, and Hare dashed off immediately, leaving Tortoise far behind. The wind howled as Hare sped through the fields, taking the lead by a long stretch. He reached the halfway mark, and still, there was no sign of Tortoise. Feeling certain of his victory, Hare decided to take a rest under a cool tree. "I have plenty of time," he thought. "I'll just sleep a little while and then finish the race." Meanwhile, Tortoise kept moving, slowly but steadily. He never stopped to rest. His eyes were fixed on the goal, the baobab tree. The other animals watched as he moved past them, his shell gleaming in the sunlight. They whispered among themselves, unsure if Tortoise would ever catch up to the fast Hare. Hours passed, and Hare remained asleep, completely unaware that Tortoise was slowly closing the distance between them. As the sun began to set, Hare finally woke up, stretching and yawning. He looked up and saw the baobab tree in the distance, but to his shock, there was no sign of Tortoise. "Oh no!" Hare shouted. "I must finish this race." He started running again, his legs pumping as fast as they could. But no matter how fast he ran, it was too late. Tortoise had already crossed the finish line and won the race. The animals cheered and danced around Tortoise, who simply smiled humbly. Hare, panting and ashamed, came to a stop just short of the tree. He had underestimated his opponent and learned a hard lesson. Moral of the story: slow and steady wins the race. Sometimes, it's not the fastest or the strongest who succeed, but the one who is persistent and wise. This story is popular on YouTube because it's simple, yet the lesson resonates universally. The Tortoise and Hare is one of those timeless folktales that's told in many different cultures around the world. It's also a great story for children, teaching them the value of patience, hard work, and humility. If you're interested in watching this tale on YouTube, there are plenty of engaging animated versions and narrations that bring the story to life. It's often a favorite in African folk storytelling channels. Just search for The Tortoise and the Hare African version to find numerous renditions. Would you like another popular African folktale, or something more specific? Let me know.